So I guess this is it. This is what it's like to be at the top of Maslow's hierarchy of needs pyramid. I'm guessing you're familiar with what I'm talking about, otherwise you probably wouldn't have clicked on this video. My guess is you probably are wanting to learn more about it to begin with. So I'm probably a pretty good person to talk about. I'm just some average guy that happened to be living at the top of the pyramid. Let's start at the bottom and let's work our way to the top, just so you know where I've worked through in life. Now that I'm pushing 40, I'm 37 and a half. I'm there now. And I'm making this video basically because I'm sorting it out to understand what it means and what my future looks like. So here we go. The bottom of the pyramid is the physiological needs: air, water, food, shelter, sleep, clothing, reproduction. All right, yeah, that's all taken care of. We're good there. Safety needs: personal security, employment, resources, health, property. Yes, I have all those things. Next is love and belonging, which is friendship, intimacy, family, sense of connection. Yes, I have those things. I'm married, I have 2 kids. Not saying it's perfect, and I'm not saying it's easy, because those things don't exist. But those are things we strive for, and we really focus on maintaining those things. Next up from there is esteem, which is respect, self-esteem, status, recognition, strength, and freedom. And I can confidently say that yes, I'm there. But I can also say that it's taken these last couple of years of my life to get past that one, the one esteem, stage 4, because ultimately, and I think this is where so many people get stuck, no matter how much money they make, they get stuck on number 4, because ultimately, as long as, this is my take on it, as long as you're allowing other people to affect you emotionally, you're gonna be stuck at number 4. You're not gonna be able to get past the one right here that we're talking about: esteem, respect, self-esteem, status, recognition, strength, and freedom. As long as you're living your life in a way that you're looking for confirmation from other people, and as long as you allow yourself to be emotionally affected by things that people say or do to you, as long as you cannot forgive other people in the moment even, then you're going to be someone else's prisoner, someone else's slave. They're going to control you. And it took most of my life to get to where I realized it's a breaker switch that you can actually choose to remain off, but most people choose every moment in their life that someone can offend them, hurt their feelings, disrespect them. And I think getting to this point, it takes a matter of recognizing that it is a choice, but it's also a matter of realizing that you can tell a lot about a person by what bothers them. And I don't want to be bothered by such things that ultimately I don't have any control over. And because I'm not seeking confirmation from other people to know who I am and know that I matter, that's why I can be independent to that level. So let's talk about where I'm at now. I am at the top. I'm at self-actualization, the desire to be the most that one can be. This is the level where you accept life for what it is, that it's not perfect, but it's not all doom and gloom either, and that you get to make other people's lives better by helping them through the pyramid. If someone doesn't have food, water, drink, shelter, you can do something to help them have that. Not saying this to brag, but my family, we do financially support in many different areas for other people to help them have that. It's our responsibility to do that. Okay? And in the same way, it's basically, once you take care of people's needs, you're helping them find a place to belong. People want to belong to a group, to a family. And see, once you do that, then you want to start standing out as an individual and know that you matter, that you're different. But see, once you get to the very top, it's a matter of looking down and saying, who can I help up to the top? I think what's interesting about this is it's not a matter of it taking a certain amount of money to get to the top. It's not like you have to be a millionaire to be at the top. And granted, my wife and I make good money, but that sort of coincided with me understanding this whole thing about not letting others emotionally affect me and not seeking confirmation from others to know who I am. And I think that's interesting when we say self-esteem, yet we rely on other people to give us that. To me, that's not self-esteem. To me, self-esteem is knowing who we are. We know what we're good at. We know what we're bad at. We're totally comfortable and confident with that. but we still choose to focus on, if I'm good at these things, then I can actually help others and help myself by focusing on those things. So that's where I'm at. It took me to age 37 to get here, and now I'm here, and now I realize that. And I say this video, in this video, I just want to remind you, it's interesting how the bottom half of the pyramid is more about having your basic needs met. But I think once you can get sort of to the middle, and you can get over that part about the self-esteem and not letting others emotionally affect you, I think that's what gets you to the top that much quicker. I want to close this video by saying, by no means can I make this video saying I'm bragging, yay, I made it at the top, look at me, look how awesome I am. Because what I recognize is that even at the top of the pyramid, it's not like I don't have problems. It's not like I don't have things that motivate me for better or worse. It's not like there's no such thing as happily ever after. That doesn't exist. Any fairy tale, any story that ends that way, well, that's where they chose to end the story. They continued to live their lives, and maybe things didn't seem as interesting as that one particular story, but they continued living until eventually it all ended. And I think that's where I'm at the top of the pyramid. Now I'm starting to think more about, okay, well, now that I'm getting older, I'm thinking about that much more about my health and my retirement and those around me getting older, and thinking more about life after this, whatever your religious thoughts are or lack thereof. I'm that much more aware and thinking about those things that before I didn't have the time to think about, because I was too focused on ultimately probably myself, self-esteem. Oh, they hurt my feelings. Oh, I don't deserve to be treated that way. I matter, don't I, world? And looking at Facebook, looking for confirmation. Am I funny enough? That's what people do. I always love to remind people of that. All this is the same thing from Snow White. Where mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all? That's what social media on a phone is. And I haven't scrolled Facebook in actually exactly 2 years now. And I think that was part of it. That was part of me getting to the top of the pyramid, realizing as long as you're scrolling Facebook or Instagram or whatever it is, you're still asking, do I matter? Do I matter? You're asking other people, do I matter? Please confirm my self-esteem. Please confirm that I'm special. And again, that goes back to after you already belong to a group, then you're wanting that esteem. So I think I beat the system by unplugging from that and realizing I do not need confirmation from social media, because that's one of the places people go to now, even maybe more so than their own real life that they live in. So, you know what? I would love to talk more about this. This is something that's very dear to me, and I'm sorting it out right now. So if you have more to say about this, if you want to encourage me to talk more about this, leave a comment. It may lead to a follow-up to this topic. But no, just because I'm at the top of the pyramid doesn't mean life is easy now. It means I still have new problems now to focus on and to work out. And for me, it's just like with being married. I've been married 10 years now. It's not like there's never going to be a new hurdle that we've got to get over and figure out and work through. But we build on top of what we already have figured out, so that as far as this perfect marriage concept, which again is a fairy tale, ultimately what you realize is you build on top of what you've already got. And if you're not growing, then ultimately I think that is the biggest downfall. As a human, as someone married, as someone in a family, or even a business, it's a matter of you always want to be evolving, always want to be open-minded. And when you are at the top of the pyramid, again, you're able to focus on those things more. One of my sayings is you can tell a lot about a person by what bothers them, or at least by what they talk about. Certain people are only going to talk about current events, sports, news, that sort of thing. Some people are only going to talk about each other, gossip. But then at the top, you're going to have people who have ideas, and that's what they like to talk about. And if you watch my other videos, hopefully you see that's what really gets me going. That's what I enjoy talking about. I like challenging myself. I like challenging my own views. So that's why when you look at the other video topics we talk about, often I'm putting myself in a situation to say, hey, I'm probably wrong about this. Teach me what I need to know. because that's where I'm at the top of the pyramid. Will you join me at the top? If not, I'll gladly help you come up here. Just remember, you got to start by turning off that breaker switch. Those people on the road, you're driving, they cut you off or they go too slow and they're emotionally affecting you, they probably don't even know that they are. You get to control your own emotions. That's the only way that you're going to get ultimately to the top where I am. I want you to join me here at the top.